If you have watched Naruto, then you will understand what kind of character he is and how much influence he had on other anime characters, like in Jujutsu Kaisen. Megumi, he's literally Sasuke but with different goals, and in Chainsawman, like, there are lots of characters influenced by him, but I'm not gonna cover all of them. There is a 15-page study about Sasuke's character, so it speaks how big of a character he is. Sasuke Uchiha is a complex character shaped by tragedy, loyalty, and a thirst for revenge. He starts as a talented, serious young ninja who is haunted by the trauma of losing his family, pushing him to seek power at any cost to avenge them. Sasuke often comes across as cold, distant, and stubborn, choosing to push people away to stay focused on his goal. He is filled with revenge, and the only thing he ever wanted was to murder Itachi. Sasuke's personality is basically this nonchalant, doesn't give a about anything type other than revenge, and of course these kinds of characters come with the background of really rich families, not rich in money, I'm talking about talent. As I know, he was the first side character who made these kinds of traits really popular. Quiet black hair, cold appearance with nice looks, of course. Sasuke Uchiha is one of my favorite characters in Naruto and my favorite of the Meiji trio. There have been many criticisms of this character over the years, ranging from the overpowered nature of his bloodline, Sharingan, his emo personality, and his extended spotlight he receives in Shippuden. In the beginning of the series, Sasuke's main motive for anything and everything is to kill his brother, as I said. A key psychological working that is not verbally explained in the series is that Sasuke wanted more than his brother dead. Sasuke wanted everything his brother stood for to be dead. He firmly believed that Itachi is the living and sole representation of all that is evil and wrong in the world. Even at the end of the original series, Sasuke has the opportunity to kill Naruto to obtain manyyy Sharingan, but chooses not to. This is because in Sasuke's mind, killing Naruto to obtain power is the equivalent of validating the way Itachi obtained power. This leads to his other major decision in the original series, Sasuke deserting the Leaf Village to learn from Orochimaru. At this point, Sasuke doesn't know full well what Orochimaru has done to other people, but he doesn't care. In Sasuke's mind, Itachi is still the major representation of evil that exists in the world. And more importantly, Orochimaru recognizes Sasuke's need for revenge and is willing to help him get there, unlike those in the Leaf who want him to move on. Like, how are you telling the guy whose brother let him see his whole clan die like million times, and also he saw his family get chopped? Like, yeah man, move on. Then Sasuke decides to kill Orochimaru. Yeah, he is indecisive. During this time, Sasuke continues to believe Itachi is the true representation of evil, but at the same time, people like Orochimaru are just like Itachi. Finally, he sees that Itachi and Oro both have killed people to test the limits of their powers. Sasuke starts to believe that Orochimaru is really not all that different from Itachi. And now, when Sasuke finds out the truth about Itachi, this is the key turning point in Sasuke's mind. He suffers probably nothing short of an existential crisis. His entire world and all of beliefs get turned upside down when he learns that Itachi, the man whom he believed was the sole representation of evil, was actually protecting him this whole time, and in fact was caught in a tough position himself. Now Sasuke has to redefine his values, his motives. Everything he believed to be the truth and everything that he fought for was ripped apart from him. Itachi didn't really want to kill all of those innocent people in his clan. It was the Leaf Village that made him do it. In Sasuke's mind, it was the Leaf Village who had inflicted all this misery onto him and his brother's life, and caused the death of his entire clan. The only solution in Sasuke's mind was to destroy this damned village. Sasuke's emo personality doesn't bug me because the driving factors behind his whole psychology is so interesting, and that's why I'm talking this much about his background, because I don't think many people understand his experiences. Like, they make characters emo and that's it. Like Megumi. I love him though. Sasuke was raised under a terrible system which pits personal class interests against the needs of the ninja village where they reside. The Hyuga clan was no stranger with conflicts of interest against the Hidden Leaf village, with their clan nearly bringing the Leaf to the brink of war. The Leaf, however, put up with this because the Byakugan was such a useless tool for them. The Uchiha, however, were eliminated because they were a nuisance in the long run for the Leaf village. On top of all this, Sasuke's own clan was fractured from within, with certain members being strictly opposed to the Hidden Leaf's policies while other members simply wanted to avoid conflict with their village. This conflict even extended into Sasuke's home life where his parents and older brother were split between clan and village loyalties. Sasuke for me is a pitiable character because he never really had a chance. His village, clan and family were on a bad terms and it really messed him up. His constantly changing loyalties and goals in Shippuden made perfect sense to me because each new truth he learned showed him how broken the ninja system was at its core and how it ruined the lives of so many like him born into it. So he sought to correct in a sort of the end justifies the means kind of style, which led to him taking on an acts of terrorism to achieve the changes he saw necessary. Honestly, I feel like Sasuke isn't appreciated enough as a character. A good portion of the fanbase, as well as non-Naruto fans, view him as the edgy, emo, angsty rival to Naruto. He's often seen as a major asshole and a character most people just don't understand whatsoever. However, Sasuke goes through probably the most character development in the entire series, even more so than Naruto himself. Because Naruto is an action shonen manga, a lot of the details about the characters are either overshadowed by the fighting or quickly glossed over because there's not enough time to express them. There is always a need to keep followers satisfied by exciting techniques and scenes. Though this isn't necessarily bad, it does cut away from the less action deeper content which takes away from their personalities. Sasuke starts out the story as someone who's literally lost everything he ever loved and knew. Everything. Taken away by the person he trusted and respected more than anyone else for a reason he can't understand. This all happened when he was 7 years old. 7. Yeah, 7. To those of you who read Berserk or read Berserk, this is comparable to the eclipse. However, Sasuke at this time isn't a hardened man familiar with loss, betrayal, and death. He was a child. He was 7 years old, and this trauma forces him to grow up immediately. Thus, it becomes understandable why he's so determined on being an Avenger. Yeah, Avenger. I always said this, and I'm always gonna say it, that Sasuke was the first emo set character. Quiet, doesn't care about anything, he sets the trend. But Kishimoto said that Sasuke's character was influenced by Hiei's character in Yu Yu Hakusho. Of course, Sasuke was not the first character to have these traits, but I think that he was the main influence for other characters. I don't care what anyone says, like, look at Age from Chainsaw Man. Yeah, he's Sasuke. Megumi. He literally looks the same. They both come with huge family backgrounds and both of them are really talented. Megumi is basically Sasuke. I don't think I have to say anything more than that. Grey from Buster from Fairy Tail is also what I was thinking when I was making this video. From being a rival to the series protagonist to having his village wiped out by a demon. Grey shares many similarities with Sasuke. These characters swear revenge on their lives and start training to become immensely powerful. However, both of them also lose someone close to them at the cost of their powers. In Naruto, Sasuke lost his older brother, Itachi, and in Fairy Tail, Grey lost his teacher, Ur. In Hunter x Hunter, Kurapika is the last surviving member of his clan and wields a pair of crimson eyes. Yeah, I know it's the same story. Uriah Ishida from Bleach, he comes from a long line of powerful clans, making him one of the last surviving member, and has an intense rivalry with the series protagonist. And Todoroki, like, I can go on and on about the similar personalities these characters share with Sasuke. By the way, guys, don't think that I hate them because they have similarities with Sasuke. I love those kinds of characters. That's all I had to say. Thanks for watching, and as I said before, please don't forget to subscribe.